Today's Thursday, April 30th, 2020. Just wanted to record a second video. Sometimes I can distract myself and kind of speak off the top of my head and not always be speaking to my deeper truths. And I'm still learning how to do that with this video diary. So I guess maybe a layer deeper into some things coming up is feeling into confidence and what that looks like. The difference between looking confident and having the courage to step into the new, the unknown, the not knowing, and still showing up, and how that is not always maybe admired or modeled as confidence, but that even holding fear a bit in your face while you brave into that unknown, I feel is confidence. And sometimes we seem to mistaken in our world that you have to look super confident, like you have zero doubts about anything and you already know everything. And man, I'm sure it's really cool when we get there and when we feel that, but I don't think that's realistic of the path that it takes to get there quite a bit. And I guess I've had quite a few times in my life where things that I was really confident in, my beliefs, dissolved, right underneath me, and taking up new beliefs, and new friends and new communities, and had those dissolve under me as well, to where now I'm like much more cautious about being so sure about my beliefs or that I got it all figured out. And really curious when I see other people super confident, they already know it, they already got it all sorted. I'm just like excited. I'm like, wow. I'm like, how'd you get there? Like, what do you know? What do you do? What makes you feel that confident? I'm curious. I like to see it, check in with it. But yeah, so this morning in the group circle with the boys, the men's circle, it was my last one with Lev and the crew this morning, and it kind of, the theme came up again around what we do in our highs versus how we feel about ourselves in our lows. And this is a theme that's come up quite a few times in our discussions, and Lev in particular has kind of encouraged me to stack that energy when I'm running in my highs, to stack it up like firewood for later, for when you're having the rougher days or the rougher moments. And we were kind of speaking to that today. And a few days ago, a week ago or something, like my inner voice said something to the effect of to maybe dial down my enthusiasm sometimes and lift up my confidence. And something about maybe when I'm riding my highs, I can be ignoring different aspects of myself and to be in those highs. And then other times when I'm feeling my lows, I'm kind of trapped, or feeling only those parts of myself that aren't feeling so strong or confident, or parts of myself that I try to not look at, or parts of myself that I have trouble owning or bringing in. And I'm wondering, if sometimes in my highs, if I'm not disconnecting from some of those aspects of myself, and what it would be like if I toned down my enthusiasm, but kept all aspects of myself present. And that kind of in one short, sweet little moment, I feel like that was the message that was coming through in my inner voice, was to hold the whole me, all of me, as much as I can, so that I'm not leaving the slow or the parts I'm not as proud of in the dust to go shine bright like a light, but to hold all that together and try to speak from that place and try to like enjoy life from that place of the full me. And then when I'm in my lower parts, it might not be so hard to access those more shiny, brave parts of me as well. And it's something that came up this morning, and somehow I want to tie in. Last night I got this text from my landlord saying they were thinking about raising the rent because my girlfriend's been staying with me a lot, and I lost it. I got so mad about that, about not feeling like it was right. Got angry, like how dare they, like I'm kind of riding my money line really tight right now with trying to invest time and energy and getting a new business up and going, and like I was feeling pressure, intense, and man, I really lost my cool for a long time, maybe an hour. And somewhere in that, I finally started to surface a little bit and just see, maybe since Kauai this year, since February when I was in Kauai, I got the big epiphany of, Becky kind of helped guide me into an understanding around this victim story that I've been playing for a long time in my life. And I maybe had some awareness of it, but maybe not a super deep awareness of it. And I didn't understand all the layers or how deep it went into me, like how far back this story goes. And I'm still uncovering new layers, And so last night I was kind of seeing how, I'm playing into that victim story to get so mad about that, Say they do raise the rent. Say they do it and it's not nice or not fair. I still don't have to go too deep into that victim story. I can process whatever, like, fear of, like, oh, will I be able to pay the new rent? Oh, or like, if I say no, do I get kicked out? Do I lose my house? Am I going to be safe? Do I have a home? Some of those are, kind of old fears of mine, of not feeling like I have strong roots or strong home or strong presence or place on this planet. And sometimes when a landlord pushes on me a little bit, I get real defensive and scared about where my place is, and do I have the strength or the right to, like, argue with them, to can I speak my truth, and if they don't like it, am I gambling my home space by saying no, I don't want to pay more rent or whatever, can I speak my truth and still feel safe and strong? And I think that was a little bit of what was coming up last night, was like wanting to speak my truth, but then not knowing if I had the strong enough footing to stand on to speak it. But also, yeah, I just wanted to, it took me a long time to kind of calm down all the anger that came up. And towards the end, I finally could start to maybe move through it a little bit and catch out and, like, hey, if I just let go of the victim story, I'm safe, I have a good home. Even if I lost that one, there's another one somewhere for me. Mama Earth's got me. It's all gonna be all right. My girlfriend loves me. It's all gonna be all right. And if I need to pay more rent, I'll be able to afford it. It's all gonna be all right. And then all of a sudden, when I go through all that, all of a sudden I don't need to fight with my landlord. I'm not worried. I don't need to say anything. Maybe I was more scared of what I would say. maybe I was afraid of how rude I would be, how aggressive, how like get angry and start a fight with my landlord. And maybe I should be scared of it if that shadow part of me comes out and speaks from the fear. It probably could cause a lot of problems for me, and I've probably done that in the past and started fights with landlords and other people out of my own fear of fear that I might lose something that I feel like I really need or deserve, and how dare they challenge it. But yeah, somehow that story last night and the story this morning of with Lev and the men in our circle about finding that middle path inside, I feel like that's coming up strong for me. Learning how to be the observer when I'm losing my shit, and when I'm in a super high place to, see if all of me's there. If I'm not, make sure I'm not leaving parts of me behind. And when I'm in my low place, to remember my high places too, the times that I'm feeling really good and confident. And to try to even that energy out across my life, and try not to ever lose sight of the front of the ship to the back of the ship of my beingness. But yeah, this is like a long part two to the little video I recorded earlier. Maybe the two of them will be a little bit fuller story for where I'm at today. But yeah, that's my share. Thank you for tuning in to listen. I'll catch you next time. Bye.